Hey there, and welcome back. If you're looking to publish a children's book, you know that illustrations are everything. They bring the story to life and capture the imagination of young readers. But one of the biggest questions you might have is, how much does it actually cost to hire an illustrator? Today, we'll break down the cost factors and options so you know exactly what to expect when budgeting for your book's artwork. Let's dive in. First, let's talk about what a children's book illustrator actually does. Illustrators go beyond just drawing. They're visual storytellers who interpret the text and create characters and scenes that appeal to young readers. From character design to developing detailed settings, a skilled illustrator can make your story unforgettable. And remember, the more detailed and engaging the illustrations, the more time and expertise required. So it's worth considering these factors when setting your budget. Now let's get into what really affects the cost. Illustrator fees can vary widely depending on a few key factors. Experience level. An established illustrator with a portfolio of published work will generally charge more than a beginner. Project complexity. More complex illustrations with intricate backgrounds or multiple characters typically cost more. Number of illustrations. The more pages your book has, the higher the total cost. For example, a 24-page book with illustrations on every page is going to be pricier than one with fewer illustrated pages. Color versus black and white. Full-color illustrations often come at a premium compared to black and white or simpler color schemes. Each of these factors adds to the overall price, so be sure to plan ahead based on your specific project needs. Let's look at some general pricing ranges. These can vary, but here's a rough breakdown. Entry-level illustrators. These illustrators might charge between $50 and $100 per illustration. They're ideal if you're working with a tight budget and are open to simpler, less detailed art styles. Mid-range illustrators. For those with a bit more experience and a polished style, you might pay between $100 and $300 per illustration. These artists often bring a good mix of affordability and quality. Top-tier or established illustrators. Experienced professionals can charge $500 or more per illustration, especially if they have a unique, highly sought-after style or a history of successful projects. This level of detail and quality can really elevate your book, but requires a larger investment. Remember, you might also find illustrators who work on a per-project basis instead of per illustration, so it's worth exploring both options. Beyond just paying for the artwork itself, there are a few other financial aspects to consider. Licensing fees. Some illustrators charge additional fees based on how you intend to use their artwork. If you're planning to sell the book widely, licensing can add to the cost. Royalties. Occasionally, illustrators request a small royalty on book sales in exchange for lower upfront costs. This option is less common but can be useful for authors on a tight budget. Revisions and edits. It's normal to need a few revisions, but keep in mind that extensive edits may come at an additional cost. Always check the contract for revision policies. These extra costs can add up, so make sure to clarify all the details with your illustrator up front. Now that you know what to expect in terms of costs, how do you actually find the right illustrator? Start by browsing portfolios on platforms like Behance, Instagram, or illustration-specific sites. Look for someone whose style aligns with your vision for the book. Be sure to review their past work, read client testimonials, and reach out to discuss your project and budget. If you're ready to find your perfect book illustrator, click the link in the description. We've got some fantastic options lined up just for you. So there you have it. Hiring a children's book illustrator is an investment, but one that can truly transform your story. From entry-level artists to seasoned pros, there's an option for every budget. Just remember to factor in project scope, complexity, and any additional costs when planning your budget. If you found this video helpful, make sure to subscribe for more content on bringing your creative projects to life. Thanks for watching, and best of luck with your book.